evening and welcome to the evening news for today, Wednesday, November 16, 2022. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. President Ali invites Black Panther actress LETITIA WRIGHT to visit Guyana. President Ali urges UK investors to find ways to incorporate people and communities. $6 billion in contracts signed to upgrade 12 water treatment plants. MUSTAPHA announces black giant chickens for quarantine single mothers. And 900 to benefit as breakfast program launched for all grade 6 students in Region 5. Now for the news in detail. President Dr. Irfaan Ali has written Guyana-born actress LETITIA WRIGHT, thanking her for the recognition she has brought to her motherland and inviting her to visit the country soon. WRIGHT, who migrated from Guyana to the United Kingdom when she was 7 years old, gained global recognition for her portrayal of Shuri in the Marvel Cinematic Universe film Black Panther. Here is our lead story tonight.
In a letter dated November 15, 2022, President Dr. Irfaan Ali wrote actress LETITIA WRIGHT congratulating her on her resounding success as an actress, particularly in her highly acclaimed role as Shuri in the Marvel Cinematic Universe film Black Panther and its sequel. In his letter, the Guyanese head of state made reference to an interview wherein WRIGHT spoke about her motherland, Guyana. He said, and I quote, "I thank you for the recognition which you have brought our country, and the immense feelings of pride which your superb on-screen performances have evoked." End quote. President Ali likely referred to this August 2018 interview produced by Ebony magazine, which has been circulating on social media since the release of the 2022 film Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
This has really made people really proud, and I'm grateful for that. It is kind of overwhelming because you don't want anybody to put so much pressure on you. So say I make a mistake and they're like, "Oh, you're making Guyana, we're not proud of you anymore, you're making Guyana look bad." It's like, I don't really want that.
Yeah.
I just want to still be able to be a human being and grow.
Yeah.
But as a whole, being from my country and repping them and representing them and making them proud is cool.
Meanwhile, in his letter, President Ali said, and I quote, "As President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, I would like to extend an invitation to you to visit Guyana. The government of Guyana would be honored to host you." End quote. Moreover, he said the people of Guyana will be more than delighted to welcome the actress to her motherland. He said, and I quote, "I trust that your schedule and plans will permit such a visit at the earliest opportunity." End quote. He added, and I quote, "Please accept my best wishes for your continued success. May you continue to make our country proud." End quote. WRIGHT's family moved from Guyana to London, England, when she was 7 years old in the year 2000.
A British trade mission is in Guyana seeking out investment opportunities in agriculture, the extractive sectors, and in manufacturing. And President Dr. Irfaan Ali has urged them to also look at the social side of investing and seek to incorporate the people and communities. Gerald Bryan tells us more.
On Wednesday, a partnership agreement was signed between Guyana and the United Kingdom at the Marriott Hotel. Afterwards, President Dr. Irfaan Ali engaged the British trade mission that arrived in Guyana early in the week. He told them of the bountiful opportunities for investments in Guyana, but also told them of the government's expectations.
It's a very complex debate, but we are in the room to find solutions and to ensure that our private sector and the governments from both sides are integrated into those solutions, and they find a way in which they can survive, a way in which they can make a decent return, and a way in which they can incorporate people in their development. At the end of the day, we want to have a system of investment in which families and people become prosperous. One of the reasons why we are pursuing call centers and data centers, I'm not even going to data centers yet. As part of the technology platform, we're going to pass legislation I told the AG before the end of this year. We must have legislation in the Parliament for data center.
According to President Ali, this would be a massive business opportunity. Added to this is the need for energy, which is a work in progress. Ali further emphasized the need for social diversification as well as economic diversification.
Next 8 years is to ensure that we have a very rigid, strong system in place to build an economy 2030 and beyond that is functional, highly competitive, above par, and among the big economies, competing and holding its own among the big economies. That requires social diversification, economic diversification. I've added social diversification. You won't see it in the textbook, because in my own reading now, I've come to a conclusion that there must be diversification, cannot only be economic in nature, it has to be social too. And the social diversification is a concept that speaks to more regional planning, more regional orientation of growth and prosperity, looking more at the community level.
The British Trade Mission is in Guyana from November the 14th to 16th, during which they will be engaging with the government and local private sector. Their visit is largely due to the efforts of the British High Commission's Department of International Trade. Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
The International Court of Justice will, over the next few days, be hearing oral arguments on Venezuela's objections to Guyana's submission on the merits of the border controversy case between the two South American neighbors. Find out more in this Vanu Manikchand report.
The public hearings on this matter will run from Thursday, November 17 to Tuesday, November 22 at the ICJ in The Hague, Netherlands. The hearings will be devoted to the preliminary objections raised by Venezuela in response to Guyana's submission of its memorial on the merits of the case. Venezuela is claiming 2/3 of Guyana's landmass, the entire Essequibo region, and part of the country's exclusive economic zone, where nearly 11 billion barrels of oil have been found offshore Guyana. In March 2018, Guyana approached the World Court for a final and binding ruling on the 1899 arbitral award. The court confirmed its jurisdiction to hear the case, rejecting Venezuela's objections in a judgment issued in December 2020. In March of this year, Guyana filed its memorial on the merits of its case against Venezuela. However, the Spanish-speaking nation subsequently filed preliminary objections in June to the admissibility of Guyana's application to the court to determine the validity of the 1899 arbitral award. In accordance with its rules, the court suspended the substantive proceedings on the merits until the determination of Venezuela's preliminary objections. The hearings will be streamed live in English on the court's website and on UN Web TV. Attorney General Anil Nandlal, Governance Minister Gail Teixeira, Guyana's agent Carl Greenidge, and an APNU-AFC opposition representative Ronald Austin are part of the Guyanese delegation in Hague for these hearings. Sir Sridat Ramphal and the team of international experts will continue to represent Guyana's case at the World Court. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manikchand.
As part of its goal of providing 90% treated water to the coastal belt, the Guyana Water Incorporated, GWI, today signed contracts to the tune of $6 billion for the rehabilitation of 12 existing water treatment plants across the country. Here is Vanu Manikchand again with the details.
12 contracts were awarded for the upgrade of water treatment plants at Virginugen, Port Royal and Fellowship in Region 3, Better Hope, Monrepo, and Friendship on the east coast of Demerara, as well as Eccles, Covent Garden, and Grove, East Bank, Demerara, all in Region 4, Cotton Tree, West Coast Berbice in Region 5, and New Amsterdam and Port Morant in Region 6. According to Chief Executive Officer of GWI, Sheikh Bashk, the rehabilitation of these plants will benefit thousands of persons.
Some of these plants and the filters are over 40, 50 years, so they're very aged. So we have taken a decision that we should replace those filters and have an upgrade. of other components of those treatment plants, albeit they're now producing treated water. For the 12 upgraded plants, we expect 60,000 more beneficiaries. They're already supplying treated water to certain areas, zones, but this will increase by 60,000 persons more for the 12 upgraded plants.
Only last month, GWI signed over $8 billion in contracts for the construction of 7 new water treatment plants across the country. The setting up of new water treatment plants and upgrading existing ones, along with another project for 10 small inline filter plants to come next year, are all part of the GWI's aggressive move to achieve its goal of distributing treated water to 90% of the coastland within the next 2 to 3 years.
The goal is to provide safe and reliable water to the population. Already, we are on our way to provide 99% access in the coastal belt to water and 100% access to water in the hinterland communities. It's a massive, separate program of drilling of wells, distribution networks, and so on. So the goal really is to ensure water reduces the poverty levels in our country. We're targeting unserved areas. We're targeting the new housing development.
Meanwhile, the GWI CEO charged the 12 contractors to ensure they adhere to the contract terms and deliver their respective projects on time and with high-quality work.
Don't expect any delays in the execution of these programs. As a matter of fact, I know some contractors, from what has come back to me, they have already started sourcing materials and so on in terms of mobilizing and to commence works very shortly. So I expect the timely completion of these projects. We expect a high quality of work and quality materials for the storage and the filters and all of these things, the pumps and motors that you have to provide. We will be paying special attention to quality materials and quality work. And we're developing a quality control program for this. On our side, we will ensure payments are expedited.
Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manakchan.
The Ministry of Health is monitoring a possible trend in COVID-19 cases and is encouraging persons experiencing flu-like symptoms to get tested so that authorities can know the true situation regarding the pandemic in Guyana. Here are the details from Fiona Morrison.
Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony revealed on Wednesday that 11 new cases of the novel coronavirus have been detected, taking the total active cases to 44. This, he said, represents an upward trend.
If we take the day before, we just had about six persons or so who tested positive. So what we are seeing now, maybe it's a little bit too early to predict, but there's a upward trend, a slight upward trend of new cases. So that's something that we have to watch.
The health minister lamented, however, that this number is an underestimation of the true situation since persons are no longer getting tested due to the mild and more flu-like symptoms they are experiencing. Meanwhile, Dr. Anthony is encouraging the more vulnerable population, particularly the older age groups, to ensure that they are vaccinated and boosted to guarantee better protection from the virus and its mutations.
Between 17 to 12 years of age, about 770 persons came back for booster doses. Between 18 to 29 years of age, we've had 12,514. Between 39 to 40, or 30 to 39 years of age, we have had 12,129 persons. And between 40 to 59 years of age, we have had the majority, meaning we've seen about 28,152 persons coming back for booster doses. The people who are more vulnerable, that's, let's say 60 and above, we have seen just about 22,404 persons coming for their booster doses.
Bemoaning the slowdown in vaccination, the health minister revealed that on Tuesday, only 58 doses were administered, including for persons who are still coming for their primary shots.
If we really want to be protected, then we need to get those booster shots, especially in the light of seeing an upward tick of cases now, that we need to be very cautious.
Coming up, a man stabbed to death during row over ganja, and 10 million up for grabs in Digicel's Pick and Win holiday promotion. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
Optic offers great patient care that is tailored for my entire family.
At Optic, a wide selection of affordable optical frames and optical services are available to fit your budget.
At Optic, my family is provided with comprehensive eye examination and access to their ophthalmology services, all under one roof.
Optic takes pride in delivering exceptional customer service and a unique experience to you, our customers.
Optic Vision Care is a company that is Guyanese born and grown that will help you take care of your precious eyes.
Superbet, com certeza a sua melhor escolha. Com mais de 200 jogos online com Superbet, você aposta é para ganhar. Cadastre-se hoje, tá esperando o quê? Basta acessar o www.superbet.gy, clicar em registrar e você já está apto a participar. Lembrando que o Superbet não é recomendado para menores de 18 anos.
Ocho. 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 Organic Ocho candy. What's inside counts.
Guy Oil is 100% Guyanese owned and operated. With more than 43 years of service, our company is recognized as a market leader in high-quality petroleum products and is Guyana's largest fuel distributor. Guy Oil is strategically located in all three counties with terminals and fully operational wharfing facilities at Providence, East Bank Demerara, Heathburn, Berbice, and Adventure Essequibo. These facilities allow for convenient ship-to-ship transfer of fuel to vessels of various sizes. Choose Guy Oil for your bulk fuel supply and you will benefit from convenient delivery via our extensive fleet of RTWs, volume discounts, and complimentary tanking facilities. Guy Oil is owned by the Government of Guyana and all profits are used in Guyana for the benefit of Guyanese. Choose Guy Oil for all your fuel needs. Guy Oil, excellence in service.
You're watching the evening news. A 32-year-old man was on Tuesday stabbed to death by a colleague during a row over marijuana. Dead is Sherwin Underwood of La Parfaite Harmony, West Bank, Demerara. The incident occurred at around 3 hours on Tuesday at Policeman Corner, La Parfaite Harmony. The suspect, a 29-year-old resident of Parfait Harmony, has since been arrested. Reports are that the two men were imbibing when they had a misunderstanding over marijuana. It is alleged that the suspect told the now-dead man that the ganja he was smoking was bushweed, and as a result, the suspect dealt the now-dead man a punch to the side of his head, and a fight ensued. During the fight, the suspect whipped out a knife and dealt Underwood a single stab to his abdomen. After being stabbed, Underwood ran a short distance before he collapsed. He was picked up in a conscious state by public-spirited persons and rushed to the West Demerara Regional Hospital, where he later succumbed to his injury. The suspect, who made good his escape from the scene, was arrested at about 6:20 hours on Tuesday. He was escorted to Parfait Harmony Police Station, where he gave a video-recorded statement under caution, admitting to the crime. The Canadian High Commission in Guyana has launched a $2.9 million Canadian dollars mental health project, which targets over 67,000 Guyanese over a 5-year period. More in this report.
The project is called Safeguarding the Human Dignity and Rights of Populations at Risk for Ill Mental Health in Vulnerable Communities across Guyana. It will be funded by Global Affairs Canada and executed by Canadian partner International Development and Relief Foundation to the tune of $2.9 million Canadian dollars. Local NGOs and relevant organizations will come on board through the project, which will aim to make mental health services more accessible, all the while increasing advocacy and reducing the stigma attached to mental illnesses.
Over the last 2 to 3 years, Canada has seen rising levels of mental illness, particularly depression and anxiety. We therefore recognize the importance of tackling the problem of mental illness both at home and globally. Canada is providing funding worldwide to experienced partners such as the IDRF to ensure mental health and psychosocial support is available to those who need it most. The project is therefore a truly collaborative effort between Canada and Guyana that seeks to holistically address a broad spectrum of mental health challenges and reduce the associated stigma.
At the launching ceremony, Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony welcomed the initiative as he spoke of his government's efforts to tackle the issue.
We started by looking at our antiquated suicide laws that we had in this country. And one of those laws criminalizes attempted suicide. So we have been able to decriminalize that. We have now passed the Suicide Prevention Bill, which has now become the Suicide Prevention Act because it has been assented to by the President. And by doing that, we have also put a number of measures within that act to make sure that we can prevent suicide. A lot of our physicians and healthcare practitioners at the primary healthcare level, they have challenges sometimes detecting persons who are vulnerable, persons who might be displaying signs and symptoms of, say, depression, persons who have suicidal ideation, because we don't ask these questions when people come to our clinics. And because of that, we sometimes don't detect the challenges that people are going through. So one of the training programs that we have with WHO is to look at how we can train more physicians and for them to put what we have trained them on into practice, because sometimes you train people and they still don't practice what they've been trained on. So this is something that we're working on.
The health minister also noted that the government is working to change the fact that Guyana is currently ranked number 2 in the world for the highest suicide rate per capita. Meanwhile, during the 5-year period, the Canada-funded project will target 67,750 adults and children by providing them with training, counseling, and access to other forms of mental health assistance.
Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa has announced that select single mothers from Corentyne will soon benefit from black giant chickens, which they can use to their economic benefit. Our Berbice correspondent Andrew Carmichael has the details.
The announcement was made when Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa held a community meeting on Wednesday at Bloomfield, Region 6, East Berbice, Corentyne. According to the minister, the Black Giant Chicken Project will benefit all single mothers in the Wim Bloomfield Neighborhood Democratic Council.
We can even extend it to Alness, from Alness to Bloomfield. All the single parents, right? Remember single parents, you hear, Campbell? A lot of people during the flood relief canned the process. We got to be careful.
The additional villages include Lancaster, Liverpool, Ulverston, Manchester, and Alness. Meanwhile, during the outreach, the minister also listened to and addressed various concerns of the residents.
We have an issue, especially in that Bloomfield Street. Since a road has been made, permission has been given to several rice farmers to use streets to dry their paddies. Now, whenever they dry their paddies, some of them block off the entire streets with their paddies. And we were told by the NDC that there is no rice drying, no paddy drying floor, and it is okay to dry the paddy. That should not mean that they should block up the streets whenever that is done.
The closest drying floor to this area is Adventure Beneath. So seeing that is an issue in this area, I'll ask GRDB to look for a reserve and in the new year build a drying floor for the Wynn Bloomfield area so that people can use it and dry their paddy.
I see you come, you make a promise, so you're going to give Black Giant. Yes, you come too. Thank you very much. He's a good politician. We're looking forward, you know, to get 2 pigs, the new breeds, for up my breed. No, before the flood, I had about 25.
All right, I can give you one, a good breed.
Thank you very much.
Good.
I'm requesting from since 2018 to 2002 to dig Clamorty main dam, draining irrigation. Presently now that affecting me and over 20 farmers. Take some agriculture people to the farm this morning. I plant 7 trays of pepper, bearing pepper.
Very easy is to dig the canal. I said we'll do it. I will ask the people from GRD from NARI, who are the officers working in that area. Where is Chanel?
She went down today, she saved it.
Chanel is around? So what's the position with him? So let us help him to get back the plans. We will give you back the plans.
Recognizing that poor drainage and irrigation is a recurring issue for residents, the minister committed to spending $42 million to clean drains in communities within the NDC and a further $35 million to look after the drainage in the cultivation area. For the Evening News, Andrew Carmichael.
Education Minister Priya Manik-Chand on Wednesday launched a program which will provide a daily breakfast to all grade 6 students in Region 5. Here is Andrew Carmichael again with the details.
Education Minister Priya Manik-Chand returned to the Belladrum Primary School today, a place where she was locked into with persons who had dangerous weapons like pitchforks and so locked her in there. Then she was representing the opposition party as a party agent. Today she returned as the Education Minister to launch Edutrition Breakfast for Success. While not making any mention of that incident, she said she was very happy to have this program launched in Region 5, where some 900 grade 6 students will be benefiting 25 schools across the region.
This morning we're very glad to be launching off Edutrition Breakfast for Success in Region 5, where every single grade 6 student, for the first time in the history of this country, will receive breakfast from the government as a help and assistance, not only to get your schoolwork going, but to put more money in your parents' pockets. This is not the first time Region 5 is getting breakfast for some children. Breakfast for Region 5 started in 2016, but at that time, 7 schools were getting breakfast. This morning, 25 schools, all the primary schools in this region, grade 6 children are receiving breakfast, regardless of where they are. They have some far up a river, some on the roadside, some here at Belladrum, all the grade 6 children. When it started back then, 3 persons were supplying food for the 7 schools. Right now, 25 people are supplying 25 schools.
This, the minister said, has resulted in 25 women now having a business opportunity to provide the meals. They were chosen by the individual schools. According to the Education Minister, research around the world has proven that children who benefit from a healthy nutrition learn better and perform better in school. Additionally, she said, that the school feeding program has shown increased attendance and enrollment at schools. The program was officially launched nationally in September with a promise that it will be spread across the coastal regions 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and also Region 10. Children living in the hinterland region are already benefiting from a separate feeding program.
It's not only breakfast we're offering. For the first time, all your grade 6 children, right here at Belgium and everywhere else across this region, has all the textbooks they need for free in their individual book bags. Now you'll say, well, we've always been getting textbooks for free. Yes, before. We've given a package of over 17. And the way I arrived at what must be in that package, so I'm telling you frankly, is what my child was using in a private school.
Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
Digicel has launched its Pick and Win promotion for the Christmas holiday season, putting millions up for grabs and bringing smiles on the faces of its customers. Here is Lawan McAllister with this story.
This year's Digicel Christmas promotion will allow customers to win prizes through digital interactions as well as a final grand draw. To enter, prepaid customers activating any Prime bundle will earn an instant chance to pick and win a prize on the day of activation. Using the My Digicel app, customers can then select one of 3 boxes for a chance to win digital prizes such as credit, data, or a discount on their next Prime bundle purchase. On Wednesday, prepaid and postpaid customers on any Prime bundle would be guaranteed a digital or non-digital prize once they participate in the Pick and Win offer in the My Digicel app. The range of non-digital prizes includes laptop, smartphones, tablets, and cash prizes of $10,000 and $20,000. Prepaid customers activating a Prime bundle or postpaid customers paying their bills in full and on time would be entered into grand prize drawing to win one of 3 prizes. For prepaid customers, every day on a Prime bundle earns an entry into the grand prize draw. Postpaid customers, once their bills are paid on time and in full, will earn 30 entries into the grand prize draw. Customers can keep track of their entries by dialing *122 *4#. Lawanda McAllister for the Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbor Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Thursday, November 17th at 13 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Thursday, November 17th at 11 hours 55 for a period of 1.5 hours.
Guyana ready to battle Jamaica in Super 50 semifinals, and One Guyana President's Cup moves to West Demerara and Georgetown. Details of these stories and more in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp, coming up on the other side of the break.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
It's November already and soon it will be Christmas, so we at John Lewis Styles are giving away one Amazon Echo show every week in November and every day in December. Stream music and videos, make video calls and control smart devices, alarms, reminders and lots more. Every $5,000 spent gives you a chance to win when you shop for clothing, footwear, watches, fragrances, handbags, luggage and accessories. So visit us on Waterloo Street. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
Hi, my name is Jaden Softly, and I'm very excited to have GT&T set up this fiber cable. As you can see, I'm young, so I'll be using this Wi-Fi, this internet, to be doing my everyday browsing and searching and, you know, just my homework and assignments, playing games, watching YouTube, you know, the regular stuff. I really enjoy the service. I think it's extremely great, and you also have like the free minutes, so for that, you know, if you're in trouble, you call your parents or someone.
Guy Oil is 100% Guyanese owned and operated. With more than 43 years of service, our company is recognized as a market leader in high-quality petroleum products and is Guyana's largest fuel distributor. Guy Oil is strategically located in all 3 counties with terminals and fully operational wharfing facilities at Providence, East Bank Demerara, Heathburn, Berbice, and Adventure Essequibo. These facilities allow for convenient ship-to-ship transfer of fuel to vessels of various sizes. Choose Guy Oil for your bulk fuel supply and you will benefit from convenient delivery via our extensive fleet of RTWs, volume discounts, and complimentary tanking facilities. Guy Oil is owned by the Government of Guyana, and all profits are used in Guyana for the benefit of Guyanese. Choose Guy Oil for all your fuel needs. Guy Oil, excellent.